Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. So, this is my part two of doing a whole wedding party bouquet set. So, this will be the maid of honor and the bridesmaids bouquets and the groomsmen's bouquets and the best man. So, turning back to my favorite store, Hobby Lobby, this is the other bulk of my purchase that I did the other day. These are pre-arranged little bouquets that Hobby Lobby has in their his and hers area um, of artificial flowers or silk flowers. So these are actually made to just add a little piece of ribbon to it and just kind of fancy it up how you want. The stems are perfect. The ends of them have a nice clean ending. There's no wires poking out, and it's just a finished product that you can purchase. It They were also on sale along with the other silk flowers. And as I mentioned before, Hobby Lobby often has this uh, artificial flower sale, and it's like 40% off of all stems and bushes. And if you miss it, just wait like about a week or 2 weeks and they'll have it again. So it's kind of a nice thing to rely on, and it's a great way to save money if you're doing this yourself. So I started off by separating the three bundle bouquets that I had purchased at Hobby Lobby. I also purchased this burgundy rose bush that I'm clipping off all the roses and pulling off all the leaves. And I like to hang on to my leaves. Any little scrappy doos, I always like to hang on. I guess I'm a bit of a pack rat that way, but they do come in handy in the future. And the second you throw it away, you're going to need it. So I guess I'm just kind of banking that I'm going to need it in the future. Um, Hanging on all of my leaves I pull off there. And then I'm going to separate everything. As I mentioned, I did grab three of those prearranged bouquets, and I'm actually going to create four bouquets from those prearranged arrangements. So I'm going to divide everything. I need to kind of take inventory and see how it's going to separate. The maid of honors bouquet typically is a little bit different than the other bridesmaids. So taking a look at everything that I have here, I wanted to see how that would work out. And then the bridesmaids bouquets would be all similar. No, unless you wanted them different, but in this case, they're all similar. So it's going to be four bouquets. The maid of honor is going to be different than the bridesmaids, and then the bridesmaids will be three slightly smaller and different from the maid of honor. So four bouquets in total, although I only have three of these prearranged bundles. It actually separated into quite a few flowers. So from these bundles, I did want to keep the stems intact. Often I can separate everything into bite sized chunks, and then I'll just elongate the stem myself with a wire and some floral tape. But I love how finished these stems look, and I wanted to keep a bare handle on it. Since it's not as many flowers as the bride's bouquets or a larger bouquet, wrapping the handle doesn't necessarily look the best. So I wasn't going to do a stem wrap on the handle all the way down. However, with these sweet little fluffy things here, I didn't have enough to evenly divide into four because I only had three stems of it. So I was able to separate the fluffy things into two fluffy things. So I went ahead and elongated the stem on that. And to do that, all I did was I had a thicker gauge wire. Often, I think one of them might have even been a stem from a cutoff of another flower, which is why you always hang on to your scraps. And then I'll take a thin wire and just kind of wrap the two of them together. So there's my long stem, putting my thin wire around it and just really cranking down on that to make sure it's a nice hold. And then from there, I'm grabbing my wax floral tape, and I will cover up my mechanics, make sure there's no pokies in there, and that way it looks like it was always meant to be a single stem like that. So I'll do that 3 times here so that I have a total of 6 of these little floofy things. I should probably find a good name for that, but for right now, they're floofy things. These, I should mention, these bouquets will actually be available on my Shopify store, so I'll have it linked down below. I'm going to sell them as a complete set, so you'll have the bride and groom's flowers, which was part one video, and then you'll have the three maid of honor, three bridesmaids, one maid of honor, and then best man and three groom's boutonnieres. So starting off with the maid of honor, how it divided was I going to use these three beautiful cream colored roses, and I'm going to use a few more floofy things than the bride's bouquets, and I'm going to add 6 of the burgundy roses. And then there were stems of this artificial baby's breath, which I'm going to work into the maid of honor's bouquet only. And I will reflect that in the best man's boutonniere too. Will be a single rose with just the baby's breath, kind of signifying that they are the maid of honor and the best man. So upon arranging these, I realized the floofy things kind of look like crazy ponytails coming out right from the center. So I went ahead and pulled those out, and I'm going to use them around the base of the bouquet. In hindsight, that does give it better movement rather than looking like cheerleading pom-poms as you're walking down the aisle. It just gives it a little bit more of an elegant movement than a, hippity-hoppity cheer as you go down. So I like working my greenery around the base to help hide the mechanics, keeping my roses up nice and high, tucking my baby's breath down low. I do love the greenery that came with the roses, which I did not pull off the stem because, again, I'm trying to keep that beautiful clean stem that doesn't have any pokies coming out of it, because I want to have that exposed handle. Once I have everything all arranged in there, I'm going to tie it off with a chenille stem, nice and tight. Might want to grab a pair of pliers and kind of crank it down really tight. I like using chenille stems over just plain wire or pipe cleaners, same as the chenille stem, because you can get a better grip on it and you can crank it down really tight. Wrap it around a few times. And then I'm going to cover that with my wax floral tape. I will have a link in the descriptions too for wax floral tape, wires. There should be some tools that you could purchase on Amazon that will help with floral arranging and doing your own bouquets as well. And the wax floral tape, as I mentioned many times, comes in various shades. So if you did not want to cover the wax floral tape with a ribbon, you just want to keep it all natural, you can get a different green that's going to match the shade of your flowers a little bit better. If you're going to cover it with a ribbon, then it doesn't really matter. If it's going to be a white ribbon, it is nice to put a white wax floral tape, just because it's a lighter backdrop and it'll kind of help the white look as clean and opaque as possible. But yeah, you can choose different colors of wax floral tape too. Moving on to the bridesmaids bouquets, there was a stem in there that had 3 flowers. That's the 2 roses and the cream colored mum that you see there. It was all on one stem, and while I loved having those together with that nice clean neat stem, I did have to move the mum up a little higher. It was down just a little bit too low to actually be as effective as I had wanted it to be. And I'm only going to use 3 of the burgundy roses, and then just 1 of the fluffy little pom-poms there. Of course, the greenery around the base of it, and then you tie it off with a chenille stem nice and tight. You can grab the pair of pliers, really crank it down if you'd like. Make sure that's solid, and then you'll wrap it with the wax floral tape. So I'm going to repeat this 2 more times so that I have a total of 3 bridesmaids bouquets. I'm going to kind of speed it up through here so you don't have to watch me do the whole thing all over again. Once I raised that mum a little higher, I did do the same trick with the thin wire and tying it nice and tight to the base of the rose stem there, and then tying that up, or sealing that with a wax floral tape, just to give it that added security on there. And so that's bridesmaid bouquet number 2, and then there's the third one, magic. So we have 3 bridesmaids and 1 maid of honor bouquet. And now we're going to turn to the stem wrap. As I was saying before, it's a real thin stem, and I don't necessarily want to wrap the whole thing. I feel like it might make it look a little bit skinnier than what it actually is. So keeping the illusion of, you know, a nice beautiful bouquet with many stems in it. I'm just gonna wrap my wax floral tape. So when I did the tape down, I did the same length on each bouquet handle. Oh, and when I trimmed up the handles, because the stems were not even, I measured about 2 of my hands down. So 2 widths of my hands, as if I was to grab them with 2 fists. I measured that down, and then I clipped the ending. And as I had hoped, those prearranged flowers with the perfect stem on it, they clipped up really nice. And any stem that felt like a wire was going to poke through or hurt someone, I clipped it up higher and made sure that was covered with the wax floral tape. You just want to be nice and safe there. So I make a little loop at the top of the handle, and then I'm just going to wrap it all the way down at a slight angle, down to the base of where my wax floral tape is. And then I wind it back up, and you just got to kind of work with your ribbon there. Let it kind of guide you, but gently direct it in the direction that you want. Pulling it nice and tight keeps it real firm and snug against the handle and looks nice and neat. And then once I get to the top, I'll do a trim, a tuck over, and then I'm going to twist it really tight. And at that twisted point is where I'm going to insert my corsage pins. Or you can hot glue, and insert your corsage pins. That's, make it doubly safe. I'm not a big hot glue person. I tend to burn my hand. I find that it kind of buckles on the ribbon, and it always leaves the little spider webby things. But it is a great way to secure everything and make sure it's nice and tight. I like to grab the corsage pin, I trim it down a little bit, and then poke it right through the ribbon there. I trim it because I don't want the corsage to poke out the other side. I don't want it hurting anybody, stabbing anybody. That's nothing worse than being like, oh, beautiful flowers, and you grab it and all of a sudden you stab yourself in the hand. So that's not what we want. So I go ahead and secure it with the 2 pins at the top. So that's my first bridesmaid's bouquet, and then I'm going to repeat the process 3 more times because I have 2 more bridesmaids bouquets, and I have a maid of honor to do. So I'll do it a little bit faster here. Rather than spinning the ribbon on the bouquet, spinning the ribbon on the spool around the bouquet, I measured 3 lengths of the handle, and just repeated the tuck at the top, wrap down, wrap up, tuck at the top, and then the 2 pins. I'm clipping them off and putting them in. So that's bridesmaid bouquet number 2 all together. And then I will do one more here. Here's number 3. And then the maid of honors bouquet is done as well. Same exact way as wrapping it. Now for the boutonnieres, I wanted it real simple, just plain and simple. So it's going to be a single rose boutonniere. I'm going to use baby's breath on the best man's boutonniere. And then I have this sweet silver greenery that I used in the groom's boutonniere and in the bride's bouquets. And the green matches the same greenery as the bridesmaids bouquets too. Whew, a lot of words there. So I'm gonna just use a little sprig of baby's breath. You can clip it down smaller and then wire it, and it could connect everything that way. I left the stems exposed, made sure all the stems were nice and clean though. You don't want any extra leaves poking out. This is really important. If you're working with fresh flowers, you want a nice clean stem. You don't want any extra little bits of fern in there or anything, because it's going to interfere with your wax floral tape. So having that clean, stem gives a nice secure grip on it, and it looks nice and neat too, and clean. I like measuring about 3, 4 fingers down from the very base of the boutonniere and clipping it there. And then I'll double back over just to make sure everything's nice and trimmed up tight. Um, and then for the remaining boutonnieres, it's just going to be that sprig of greenery and the rose. So it's a real thin stem on it, just clean, nice and neat. Again, I keep saying that. You could do a ribbon wrap on the little stems there if you want. That is what I did in the groom's boutonniere. Or you can purchase, it's like a wax floral tape that I found at the His and Hers department of Hobby Lobby, but it's like a glitter silver or glitter gold tape that you can wrap along the stem of the boutonniere and give it just that little touch of glitter on there, or glam, I guess. Um, and I should say before I forget, shameless plug on my book. So I have a pocket guide for wedding bouquets. It's just a thin little book that's got over 70 colored photographs of bouquet ideas. There's some tips and tricks in there. There's references to flowers, and then a guide in the back to help you in planning for your wedding and the flowers, and how many you need, and so on. So that there's a link for that in the descriptions too. You can get it digital or paperback through Amazon, or you can get it through my Shopify store for like a penny more. But there you go. Made it all the way in to the end of part 2 of wedding party bouquets and boutonnieres. Thank you so much for watching.